Freedom of speech is once again at the forefront of debate. This week, a student group at the University of Washington sued the school over a conservative rally it wanted to hold on campus. UW said the College Republicans Club could host a group called Patriot Prayer, but it had to pay $17 grand to cover the cost of campus police providing security. The hefty price tag came after a shooting outside a right-wing event the group hosted last year, headlined by Milo Yiannopoulos, a guy who basically says off-the-wall stuff just to get attention. The head of the College Republicans argued this week that charging them a security fee for this weekend's rally is unconstitutional and punishes them for exercising their right to freedom of speech in a public place. There is also a free speech controversy brewing at my alma mater, the University of Nebraska in Lincoln. It comes after the release of this viral video showing a student at UNL named Daniel Cleve sharing his beliefs.
I'm a regular person, just going to school. Right now I'm studying biology and medical studies, and going to the University of Nebraska, Lincoln. I am the most active white nationalist in the Nebraska area.
Something to brag about. Cleve participated in the white supremacy rally that turned deadly in Charlottesville. On Twitter, students and others demanded the university expel him. One saying, if student safety is truly paramount, he'd be expelled. The fact that he isn't is beyond belief. Another said, the college's lukewarm response to white supremacist Daniel Cleve certainly isn't helping convince me, a person of color, to bring my talents to their law school. As a journalist, I will defend free speech in all of its forms, even the ugly ones. We all should, because we all want to enjoy that protection ourselves. In this country, the Constitution allows us the right to speak our minds, as hateful and hideous as the thoughts in our minds may be, and as long as it's only speech, not real threats of action. But I also understand, as do most Americans, the old saying that free speech does not mean you are free from consequence. Like an HR manager who told a Vietnamese man in Seattle, if you no speak English, I will send you home. Well, that racist email cost the HR manager his job. And at the University of Washington, the college Republicans can hold whatever rally they want. But the consequence could be a lengthy court battle to hammer out who has to pay for the cost of security. And at my alma mater in Nebraska, Daniel Cleve is free to spread his hate, but the university is free to respond as it sees fit. And if it believes Cleve is a threat to other students or fails to meet the school's code of conduct, it can expel him. Instead, UNL's chancellor announced that Cleve would be allowed to stay because they believe his words are protected by the First Amendment. So for those of you who are upset by that, remember this. The consequences of his hateful views are just beginning. Every class he walks into, every job he applies for, every date he tries to go on, every party he goes to, every time someone Googles his name, his hate will follow him. And that is the consequence of his free speech.